Thank you for joining us here at easyodds.com for our latest video cast in the company with betting guru Angus Loughran, who's kindly come in today to discuss the fourth and final major of the golf season, taking place at Whistling Straits this year. It is, of course, the American PGA, and two major questions to kick off with here, Angus. One, does the great Rory McIlroy play? And two, Jordan Spieth, can he make it three majors for the season?
Well, Jordan Spieth is favourite, and it's easy to see why. I mean, he won the Masters, he won the US Open, he was a shot away from being in what would have been a four-way playoff in the Open Championship. Got the crowd really going, playing superbly, number one in the world imminently. But Rory McIlroy's participation, he's going to have a look at Whistling Straits on Saturday. I think even if he plays, it's a big ask. It's a big ask for Rory at this stage. It's all about trying to get himself back to where he was. I think it's going to take a few weeks, maybe a few months. There's some big money tournaments come the end of the year. He's probably still in pole position in the race to Dubai. He's got plenty to look forward to. It was an unfortunate incident, but I hope it doesn't stop him playing football again or enjoying himself again. He'll probably want to do something else that's more adventurous, because that's the nature of Rory. And I think we're in for a fantastic few years of golf with Spieth and McIlroy set to dominate. But
if you take Rory out of the equation, it's 12 to 1 bar the one, so there's got to be a bit of each way value there, hasn't there?
Of course, and that brings in Dustin Johnson and Jason Day. Now, Dustin Johnson really should have won this event the last time it was at Whistling Straits. He didn't realise that to the right of the 18th, sort of sand dune, was it a bunker, wasn't it? Didn't ground the club, and there was a steward's inquiry, got a penalty, and he lost in the playoff to Martin Kaymer. Kaymer's an interesting one. Comes here as a big outsider, 33, 35 to 1 in a place. Dustin Johnson, halfway leader at St Andrews. He'd have to be on my shortlist.
Is he a bottler? Is he classified now as a bottler from a punter's perspective?
I don't like that word bottler, but when you put the bare facts down, he's led 4 major championships. He's been in the last group on 4 major championships, and he's never got the job done.
No.
I can't see him as a bottler, but you could say that he might not be one to trust at short odds when he goes into which could equate to the same thing. But I think he's such an entertaining golfer, and he is such a powerful hitter. He's on my shortlist this week for sure.
And is that what you need at this track?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, when it takes a lot of things out of the equation, when you're going in with 8 and 9 irons rather than 3 and 4 irons, it's a huge difference. Jason Day is interesting. It was a tremendous effort for him to come off the disappointment of missing out the playoff to win with those 3 birdies in a row the other day. And you know what? He will win a major, Jason Day. He's saying, is he a bottler to Dustin Johnson? Is Day a bottler? Day's been involved in so many close things in majors, and I hope one day his day does come.
What about your old mate, Brooks Koepka, who you've tipped up before? Does this layout suit him?
Yeah, very much so. 50 to 1 chance each way. He'll give you a good run for your money, as will Louis Oosthuizen, who was narrowly beaten in the playoff, of course, in the Open Championship. Big question, Tiger. What are we going to see? But, I wouldn't totally dismiss Tiger.
No.
Not at all.
Who's the best of the Brits that you see?
Well, I think Justin Rose at the moment is head and shoulders above the best of the British possibilities. But saying that, you've got to remember that we'll come with a strong field here, and even Graham McDowell, of course, will suit him at 100 to 1. He's not been playing too well. Paul Casey at 66 to 1. I think it's interesting. It's a non-Ryder Cup year. It's not the last qualifying leg for the tournament, which it will be next year when they go to Hazeltine. And in a way, it's quite nice that the Europeans seem to peak in Ryder Cup years, because then I don't think you'd necessarily want a Ryder Cup this year.
No.
Because they're not necessarily all at their top of their game. It's a fantastic PGA. Adam Scott definitely in contention, and Ricky Fowler, another 20 to 1 chance will give you a good run for your money.
I'll give you 3 on the board. Who are you going to pick?
Well, I'm going to pick Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Ricky Fowler, and I'm going to throw in one at a massive price, Kevin Kisner.
Tell us about him.
Kistner is an underrated player. He could just be a one-season glory, but he has had a few chances this year. Finished third in the Players' Championship, the man forgotten in the playoff with Ricky Fowler and Sergio Garcia. He's also had consistently a sensational barrage of runs, rounds in the 60s, and he had a top 10 in the US Open just outside. Didn't play particularly well at St Andrews, but didn't play particularly badly. I just think that he's still the forgotten man. When I look at names of major winners, the PGA often throws up a really consistent player from the tour who at a price, and you know, like he is a very, very decent price, Kistner, and I would expect him to give you a really good run for your money at big odds.
There you go. That's the wrap on the USPGA.